The Department for Work and Pensions has just confirmed major changes that could affect your benefit or state pension payments in 2025. These aren't minor updates or technical adjustments. If you're not prepared, your payments could be delayed, blocked, or even returned entirely. And what's most concerning is that many people won't even realize there's a problem until their money simply doesn't show up. You might be wondering, why now? Why is the DWP making this move when everything's been running smoothly for years? And more importantly, what do you need to do to make sure your payments keep arriving safely and on time? Well, we're going to break it all down for you. What's changing, how it could impact you, and what actions you should take before it's too late. Because even waiting a few weeks could cost you. Now, these new rules aren't just a reshuffle of payment schedules or bank systems. The DWP wouldn't make a formal announcement unless it had a real impact. And the truth is, this one does. Banks are quietly preparing behind the scenes too. They're updating their systems for a stricter verification process that's coming early next year. So now, your payments depend not only on the DWP sending them every 4 weeks, but also on whether your bank account meets the new technical standards for identity checks. That means it's no longer just about when your money is sent, it's also about where it's sent and whether that account passes the new checks. And I know what many of you are thinking. Why change something that's been working fine for years? Why mess with a system so many pensioners depend on? It's a fair question. And the answer, while logical, is frustrating. The DWP says it wants to tighten security and reduce fraudulent claims. That might sound good on paper. After all, we all want a fairer and safer system, right? But here's the tricky bit. These updates don't just target fraud, they affect everyone. Even honest pensioners could get caught out if their account details don't match exactly with the DWP's records. That includes your name, address, and even your mobile number. If there's a mismatch, it could trigger a delay. Just imagine, it's payday. You check your bank account, expecting to see your pension. But it's not there. You call the bank. They tell you to ring the DWP. And the DWP tells you your payment is being held for verification. Suddenly, you're stuck in limbo. And it could take days, maybe even weeks, before it's sorted. This is the real risk if you're not prepared. But don't worry, we're not here to scare you. We're here to help you stay one step ahead. Here's the thing, the DWP hasn't exactly gone out of its way to advertise these changes. Most of the information has come through quiet updates and parliamentary responses. That means the people who pay attention now are the ones who will benefit most later. Think of it like this, if you knew it was going to rain, you'd grab an umbrella before heading out. That's what this is. It's your chance to prepare before the storm hits. Now, let's talk about one of the most important parts of the new rules, your bank account type. The DWP has confirmed that from 2025, only accounts that support electronic identity verification through the new banking system will be prioritized for automatic payments. If that sounds technical, here's what it really means. If you're using an old account with a smaller bank or building society, or if your account isn't part of the faster payment system, you could face delays. Even some older savings accounts aren't set up to handle these kinds of regular payments under the new rules. And yes, we know what many of you are thinking. But I've used this account for years without a problem. That may be true, but 2025 isn't going to be. Banks are being pushed to meet new DWP standards. If your bank falls behind, your money might be held until your account is verified. What's even more frustrating? Many of these changes will happen automatically. You probably won't get a letter unless there's already a problem. That's why people like you, who are taking the time to check now, have a huge advantage. So, what can you do? Simple, contact your bank. Ask them if your account is verified and able to receive payments under the new DWP security rules. Check that all your personal details match your national insurance record, your name, address, phone number. It's a small step that can save you a lot of stress. And yes, it's frustrating that the responsibility falls on pensioners. But that's how the system is set up. Waiting for someone to notify you could mean long delays, and no one wants to be waiting for money in the middle of winter when heating bills are rising and food prices are going up. Let's address another big concern. There's been a rumor floating around online that the DWP might stop payments to joint accounts unless both names are verified. That rumor has been spreading fast and worrying people unnecessarily. So here's the truth: joint accounts are still allowed. But both people listed on the account must have correct identity verification on file. If you and your partner share an account, both sets of details must match what the DWP has on record. That means making sure your middle name, address, and even your mobile number are all current. If anything's out of date, it could hold up your payment. Again, the goal isn't to punish anyone. It's to close loopholes that could be exploited by fraudsters. But if your details are wrong, even accidentally, you could be flagged by the system. Some people are asking, are these changes permanent? The answer is yes. These rules are part of a bigger government plan to move all benefit payments into a fully digital system. The good news? Once your account is verified and everything is up to date, things should run more smoothly. In fact, the DWP has said that verified accounts could actually see faster payments under the new system. So if you act now, you could actually benefit from these changes. There's also a small window of time before the new rules are fully in force. This is your chance to make changes without disrupting your payments. If you've been thinking about switching banks for better service, now is the ideal time. Because once the new rules lock in, switching your bank account could become more difficult. You'll need extra verification, and it might take longer for the DWP system to update your records. So act now, before that happens. You might be wondering, if I move my pension to a new account, will it delay my payment? Normally, yes, there's always a small risk of a delay. But if you make the switch before the new system goes live, and your new bank is already verified with the DWP, you should be fine. You might also ask, how do I know if my bank is on the verified list? That's a good question, and unfortunately, the DWP hasn't released a full list publicly yet. But we do know that larger banks like Barclays, Lloyds, NatWest, and HSBC are already integrated. If you're with one of those, you're likely in the clear. If you're with a smaller bank or an online-only provider, it's best to call and ask them directly. Now, I know this all sounds like a lot of effort, but let me remind you why it matters. Missing even one pension payment can throw your whole month into chaos. Heating, food, rent, it all adds up. Most people can't afford any delays right now. Taking 10 minutes to check your details now can protect your financial stability for months or even years to come. And here's a final bonus for those of you who've stuck with me this long: the DWP may not. That means faster processing, fewer checks, and even early access to benefit increases when they're announced later in the year. Yes, you heard that right. If your account is flagged as priority verified, you could get your cost of living top-ups sooner than others. Very few people know about this, but it could make a real difference. So don't wait. Don't assume everything will update itself. Make the call. Check your account. Match your records with the DWP. It's a small step, but it could save you weeks of worry down the road. And if you've listened all the way through, you're already ahead of the curve. You're prepared. And that preparation means you might never miss a single pound of the money you've earned.